Hello and welcome to Crafting Unscripted with Katherine. I'm Katherine. Hopefully you guys can all see me. Give me a thumbs up or a wave in the chat if you can see or hear me. I think everything is working here, but I don't want to click any buttons because you know me. So I can't believe it's already the end of March, and on the sad side of things, the worst thing happened today. I was making myself coffee and I broke my coffee mug, so now I've got a coffee mug that I don't like, but it's the only big one that works, so my tea will be had from that. But I'm gonna have to go buy myself a new coffee mug because I cannot not have my good one, so I'm a little bit disappointed. So I have this really bright shiny thing here today, so I apologize for that. Jean, you can see and hear me. Hello, Barbara. So welcome everybody. It's nice to see you all here. So today we're gonna do some crafting. Of course we are. I had some ideas and we're going to focus on Easter. Oh, sorry, before we forget, my friend Shelly Ontis at We Can Make That is still holding her card event. And that is happening still today and tomorrow. You can get free tickets. The link is in the description of the video. And tomorrow's theme is masculine cards. So if you need some masculine cards, make sure you grab those free tickets. You can still grab those. So that's there if you need it. So that's that. Now we're going to be doing Easter because Easter's like pretty close. Has anyone been paying attention? Because I thought like Easter was so far away, and it's not this weekend, but it's next weekend. Where did that come from? And so we've been doing, hello Nancy, we've been doing, over the last several weeks, sort of every season that comes through, I've been making a new like hanging thing for my kitchen. And we took down the St. Patrick's Day one like 2 days ago because I was a little bit behind schedule there. But now my kids are like, there's nothing hanging up. We have to fix that. So I was thinking of making an Easter themed hanging uppy thing for my kitchen. Now, I've got some ideas. We're going to use scrap paper for this because, you know, whatever. And I have some sad news, good news, bad news. I had to buy a supply yesterday. I didn't really want to, but I had to. There's a reason for it. I don't have it. It's for a project that's coming up. So it's those little like wobbly things that you put on cards or like crafts, and it makes like your cards wobble. So I had to buy those. So that doesn't count as breaking my New Year's resolution because it's something I didn't have, something I needed for a new project. So I'm okay. Crazy Easter is early this year. Is Easter early this year? It feels like it's pretty late because I thought normally sometimes it happens in March, but I don't know. So we're going to make some crafts, and I'm going to change my angle here. And also my big coffee cup, this cup doesn't fit onto my coaster, so I have to like find a spot so that it doesn't get in the way. Things are just falling apart here, but that's okay. So I'll need to find a new one, but I like big mugs. So so we're going to do Easter, and I'm thinking, so I saw a picture of this, and I'm stealing someone's idea as usual, but I'm gonna make it my own. We're gonna do this, we're gonna make this bigger, better. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with this, but it's gonna be an Easter egg, like an egg, and it's gonna have ears on it. And then we're gonna maybe make a matching carrot with just a carrot for the Easter egg bunny thing. So that's the idea. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use scrap paper, and I need like, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 inches thickness of pieces of paper. So that's what we're going to do first. And so I'm going to try to get some greens and some oranges for my carrots. Lost the word there. And then for the Easter egg bunny, maybe like some pinks or something. We'll see what I got in my scrap paper supplies. Maybe flower theme, I'm not sure. But I've been really trying to go through my scrap paper. And oh my God, do I have a lot of scrap paper. I went through and I organized, I organized like my bin of scrap paper. Little did I know that I also had a pile of scrap paper somewhere else hidden, because I was looking for something the other day and I found a whole pile of like patterned cardstock, like this kind of stuff, right? Like pages and pages and pages of it. And it's like this much of it. I'm never going to get to buy paper, but that's okay. We're just going to keep using it up, and we're going to cut up a bunch of these pieces here. So, green for the stems, and like orangey, what carrots are orange and like, I mean, original carrots were like orange and purple and yellow and random colors, right? Not just orange that we have now, but that's kind of the color of carrots. Now I put this, I tried to pre-sort this. This is orangey. I tried to pre-sort some of this to get like colors that I need, but they're all like terribly cut from projects, so they have like these pointy bits, and now they're very hard to pull out. So but don't worry, we got this. So I'm gonna cut these. I'm gonna try to cut these. But yeah, I'm a little bit, I don't know, I can't believe it's almost Easter. But I'm really glad that like winter is almost over. Now, in theory, we want these kind of be the same. So what am I doing here? 1.5, 2 inches. That one's 2 inches. Let's see if I can get 2 inches out of all these. For each one that I'm doing, I kind of want it to be the same size so that I've got, width-wise, they're the same. And so let's see what we can figure out here. Maybe we can make this work. Maybe we can't. And some garbage. Has everybody got their Easter stuff done, or is it just me that's like, and by Easter stuff, I mean like, you know, crafts, not food, because we're not making food this far in advance. And so I'm going to have like, we're focus on the carrot first. That's what we're going to do, because I don't want to go like too crazy. So we're going to have an orange carrot, maybe, orange carrot. And then we're going to do a few different colors of green here for the stem. So I'm going to use maybe this one here. Whoops. All right. Let's see if I can make this work. Now, I don't know what sizes I need. I'm, you know, in standard crafting unscripted fashion, I am completely unprepared for life. But that's okay. You guys love it. All right, so we've got a bit here. I'm going to move some stuff out. And I need my stapler. If you were my stapler, where would you be? All right, we got a bin here. I was making some cards the other day. So I'm working on a bunch of summits, and I've signed up to do the Card Maker Success Summit, and that's coming up in like July. And I've got to get the project done. And I'm making cards, and like my whole space is like covered in mess. And when I redid this workspace a few years ago, I was like, oh, this is more than enough space. Like, who needs more space? I need more space. I need so much more space because I don't have enough space. Okay, so what we're going to do is I got to trim this piece here. These two have to be the same size. So my orange pieces need to be the same size. Now, if you have like fancy scissors or pinking shears, or you want to give it like a nice edge, this is the time to do it. I'm going to be plain Jane, and I'm just going to leave it straight. Or should I not be plain Jane? Let's, no, because I don't trust my scissors. Okay, I got my stapler, and I got my scissors. Okay, so, paper, not scissors. So I'm going to put these facing outwards, like so. I'm going to staple this guy here. And then I'm going to pull this like so. Kind of giving me a carrot, like just get in there. Did I not just like staple these the same size? Is this not, why is this not working? Barbara, upcoming events. Right now, we've got, so I'm just going to staple it down here. Kind of looks, this is wrong. We're going to hold off for a second with this one. I can't multitask. Okay, Barbara, upcoming events. Right now, I've got my friend Shelly Ontis has the We Can Make Birthday Cards event, I think is what it's called. I can't remember what it's called. But that's happening still today and tomorrow, and the tickets are in the description of the video. Coming up, starting in April. Oh, geez, that's like in 2 weeks. Starting in April, there's going to be a bunch of events that I'm going to be doing. It's kind of going to be like one after another. I think I've got 4 or 5 lined up. There is the Card Maker and SVG Summit, which is going to be happening, I think, mid to late April. Then I'm going to have the Safari Summit with my friend Kelly Rousseau. I think that one happens afterwards. Then I've got the Scrapbooking Fun Summit coming up after that. And then it follows through with the Card Maker Success Summit into July. So that's kind of like April, May, June, July. So maybe it's end of April that they start, but I start advertising for them sooner. But so there's 4 coming up that I know of. I think there's another one that I've forgotten about, but I haven't figured that all out yet because I'm a little bit behind schedule, as you know, as Katherine does. Okay, and so back to our carrot. Lost that word. So I'm gonna have maybe like 3. I'm gonna do 3 little carrot stems. These ones are way too big. This has to be smaller. Where's my paper cutter? So maybe like this big. And then we're gonna make these 2 on the outside a smidgen smaller. Maybe like to here. Okay. This is gonna work. We're gonna make this work. I'm gonna take this staple out because I feel like this is just gonna make things harder for me. I don't have a staple remover handy. Maybe I do, I don't know, actually. Are you not doing the Cricut Craft Adventure? I'm gonna say no, because I've never heard of that. Who's hosting the Cricut Craft Adventure? Is that Corey? No. I don't know. I'm not in that one. I am not in that one. Okay. So we're going to try to do this. So we're going to put these 2 small ones like so. And then it's that Cricut Craft Adventure. That's Corey. I can't remember her last name. And Angie Holden, I think, do that one, right? So we're going to have it like this. It's going to be the stem of our Jen and Amy. No idea who Jen and Amy are, so I'm not part of that. So this is kind of the beginning. And then we're going to do... No. And then we're going to put these this way because I got to flip this around. So I'm going to staple 1,000 pieces of paper together. Is this going to work? Is my little itty bitty stapler going to work? Bam! It went through. Barely, but it did it. And now I'm going to pull this up like this. And I'm going to have a carrot. And we're going to just staple. Beautiful. It worked. We got a carrot. So this is going to be the one thing in my kitchen now, and I'm going to make a hole here later to hang this up, but we got a carrot. Let's do it this way. So I did the 2 different greens. I don't know if that looks like green on the screen or not, but I did 2 different greens to like make the little stem look fancier, but and I probably could have made it a little bit longer, but that's okay. I like how it's turned out. So this is part 1. We got a thumbs up. It only took us like 15 minutes. Next, we're going to do an Easter egg bunny. I don't know how this one's going to work out. But we can do this. We can do this. So your carrot is cute. Thank you, Nancy. And thank you, Barbara. I was trying to do something here. Okay, so we've got to... Now, since I'm making my bunny out of scrap paper, I don't think I'm going to have enough of each piece of each color. So my bunny might be like multicolored, but that's okay. And so we're going to do maybe like a pink flowery bunny. And maybe we'll use this color because those ones kind of are all the same color scheme. I think I got another one here from that package in case I need more paper. All right, so I've got a bunch of pieces of paper. Now, I think I'm going to need to... What am I going to do here? Bunny is going to be funny. No, Bunny's not going to be funny. Bunny's going to be awesome. This is going to work out perfectly, and we're all going to be happy and amazed at my awesome crafting skills, right? I know you guys are loving this. This is going to work out, though, because we're going to have... a cute little bunny for the... Okay, so I need a few of these. I'm going to cut these out in 2-inch sizes, then I'm going to figure out what I'm doing the rest of this. I can't, this is too much multitasking. I feel like my brain sometimes is just an overload and I can't walk and talk at the same time some days. I think today's one of those days. So I apologize for my walking and talking inabilities. Oh, that's perfect. That's going to fit right there. Yes. Nice. I like it when a cut comes out like right at the edge and you get what you need. And so I might maybe I'll need a pink for the inside of the bunny's ears and its tail. Okay, so we're gonna put that there for now. Let's see if I have a pink color in my pile of... So I'm just trying to use up this scrap that I have here because, you know, this is what happens. Oh, this is kind of a pinky color. We'll use this. This will be my pink for the bunny bits. And I've got all these summits that I'm working on getting these, what am I doing? And I always feel like I'm using my paper cutter backwards. I've got all these summits that I'm trying to get projects for, and I was working in here and it was such a disaster and so much mess, and just, I need more space. It's terrible. Or maybe I need to be more organized, but I don't know. I always feel like I need more space. I always feel like I need more space. Maybe I have too many crafting supplies. Isn't that funny? Too many crafting supplies. What are we, crazy? How could you have too many crafting supplies? Okay, so first we're going to start off with bunny ears, maybe. Just so that I know how big everything else is going to work. And I'm probably going to use more staples than I need to, but what you going to do? So bunny ears are going to be like 1, 2. So outside bunny ears will be like this white here. Let's do this one. And inside will be the pinky color. Okay, so if we do, just bear with me as I'm troubleshooting here with my bunny ear sizes. So that's kind of one. Oh, I want this outside. You need more space. We all need more space. I agree, Barbara. Okay, so now the paper that I have isn't double-sided. Colors, they're supposed to be smaller. That is not a good enough ratio of bunny ear to not bunny ear. Okay, we're gonna make this work. Everyone's gonna love it, and it's gonna be amazing. I think that's a better ratio there. Okay, so we've got one. I've got to measure this other piece here. All right, so this guy, which color is this? This one and this one. Too much happening, not enough space. But as I was saying, I probably could like put things away and not have total disaster everywhere all the time as well, which would, you know, give me a bit more space. But really, I don't know if that's going to solve my problems. Okay, this is the bunny ears. Now we're going to okay, bunny ears. First we're going to staple the bunny ears so that I can say at least we got part of this done. So I'm just like rolling these guys in on each other, and so it's going to look kind of like that. Should I do this? No, we're going to do it this way. I don't know if I should do it this way instead. Sorry, I'm just not sure about color-wise. No, I like the out and out. So we're going to do it this way. If I had double-sided paper, this would look better if I was just using like actual... Maybe I'll just... You know what? We're going to get real pink paper. We're going to get real pink paper for the inside of the bunny ears. We're not... I've got pink paper. Ta-da! Pink paper. See, we can do this. But I want it to be like... Let's see what we got. Huh. I've already got some pink pieces sliced. They're a little bit smaller than they need to be, but that's okay. This will work. And how do I want these? I just want to cut these a little bit. I'm going to make these pink because I want it to be like poppin'. There's my paper here. All right. This. Now, everybody prepare yourselves to be amazed. That's better, right? Like, come on, that's way better. All right. So we're going to just align this up here. I'm going to struggle trying to figure out how to staple stuff because some days are harder than others. And we're just going to staple this down here. Bam, one ear, done. That's way better. And I kind of tried to center that pinkness inside there. That's way better ear. None of this half trying. I'm not allowed to swear on YouTube, so I can't say those words. Anyway, so we're half trying. And then, bam, 2 ears. It's all coming together, right? We got 2 ears for a bunny. Are we done? No. I got an itchy nose all of a sudden. Too much hair in my face. Okay, so ears are going to come aside here for a second. And now we've got to find... Okay. So the bunny's going to be an oval, and it's going to have a circle tail inside. Now, should I do the tail on like a bright pink as well? I think I should. And then we'll make the body like whatever I got here. So what do you think? Bright tail, bright pink tail inside. Let's see what piece I got here that I can make. I gotta do the body first and see how big I need. How big is this body gonna be? Alright, we're gonna do this and this. So now if I had like, you know, I could like glue this and make this fancier, but we're just gonna staple it because, oh my goodness, my nose is so itchy. Sorry. So this is gonna be sort of the shape of the egg. There, it's like this. Pink is a good call for the ears. I agree. So we're gonna make it like this, but I'm kind of gonna fold it in so it's a little bit wonky and something like that. So we're gonna make this work. This is gonna work. We're gonna maybe have to like crease the paper a little bit. Oh my god! I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening here, but my nose all of a sudden is like crazy. Oh, sorry. This is. I don't have allergies, but I don't know what's happening here. That's just not right. Okay, so where's my... So we're going to do this like this. We're going to give it a little bit of a crease to force this bend a little bit to be more oval. And once we put my... I'm going to put my ears in here while I'm stapling this all in. We're going to... Ah! This is falling apart. Good thing that we pre-stapled the ears because they're not gonna... All right, catch your breath, Catherine. You can do this. This is not rocket science. This is just stapling paper. All right, and then last one going in here for my 50 pages of paper. We're gonna staple this twice for good measure. Okay, and we're just gonna kind of force my egg down. All right. So now, question. We're gonna have a little tail in here like this, like in the middle. So that's gonna be our tail. That's gotta be pink. That's not, that color's no good. We gotta do pink. Maybe, do I want a lighter pink than the ears, or like a similar color to the pink? What do we think? A dark, like a dark pink for the tail or a light pink for the tail? And it's just going to be a circle here in the middle. It's kind of like this. I think light, dark. I have 1,000 pieces of scrap paper, so none of them are the same color. Or like a light tail. Ah, get back in there. So I need your help, ladies and gentlemen. Pink or dark pink? Lighter pink. We got one vote. Match the ears. All right. Let's see if I got... It's kind of the same color. Let's see what's... Just trying to see if I've got a piece that color that's not been cut on the 11 side. You need some contrast. That looks red. It's not, but it looks red. Okay, we're gonna do, let's see what this, that's gonna be too small for a tail. Let me just see here, ladies and gentlemen. This is cut the wrong way. I got lots of pink paper. Not sure how we got orange in there, but we'll just leave it in there for now. All right, so I was hoping to use, because if I use, this is the cut on the 8.5, that's kind of small there, isn't it, for a tail? If we use that size, is that size too small? It's going to be kind of hanging like this. Or do we want it, I'm just using a random paper here to see if because I can pull out like hot pink paper, or do I want a bigger tail? I think I want a bigger tail. What do you folks think? Big tail or small tail? Because if I gotta get a bigger tail, I'm just gonna pull out a piece of unused paper and make more scrap paper. So big tail or small tail? Let me know. I'm hearing some crickets over here, so I'm gonna do it one last time. Big tail looks like this. We're going to go with the hot pink, or we're going to do a small tail like this. I'm thinking the big tail. Well, the small tail kind of goes better for a bunny size. Small, 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 small. All right, everyone is saying small. All right, so small will work, but I don't need to pull out a big piece here. We're just going to grab this. And this is why I have a mess, and I'm just trying to pull out colors and get things to work. And now all of a sudden there's a huge mess that I just cleaned up. We're gonna make the tail a smidgen smaller so it kind of sits inside the bunny. I will clean this up later, I promise. I have to do something. Okay, so now we're just gonna make a circle out of this guy, and we're gonna staple it here if we can. We cannot. I have to hold this steady. I'm going to do this one more time on this side. And there we got our bunny. That's kind of good, right? Let me just change my angle here so that we can see this better. Good. My angle machine is turned off. Like that. That's cute. And then we got a carrot. Yeah, that turned out good. Yeah? This would have been better if the carrot was like orange on both sides. I didn't think about that when I was cutting it, pulling out these papers, but I think that's good. So I'm going to put them like in my kitchen, like hanging up. Is that good? It turned out today. It didn't go like crazy wrong, and this kind of looks like an egg, right? Now I'm going to just like punch some holes in here and get some string going so I can hang these up. But that's, whoop, so this is this one here and this one here. And we did it. We made it work today. Yay! So that's it. What was I going to say? Next week is the Thursday just before Easter. So I don't know if I'm going to want to do more Easter. So we'll see how that goes. If you have any ideas of like what comes after Easter? Like there's going to be no events coming up after Easter really, right? Till like summer. I might do maybe some flowers or something. I have a bunch of ideas on flowers, so maybe we'll try some flowers next week just to do like something non-seasonal. Katherine for the win. Thanks, Loretta. There was no glue gun involved today, so we could do it, right? But yeah, so maybe we'll do some flowers or something spring-like next week. Memorial Day. That's an American thing. I don't know what that is. What do you do for Memorial Day? Like, do you make flags? Earth Day. All right, Earth Day. Well, I could keep using my scrap. Mother's Day. That's a big one. Yeah, I should probably start thinking about Mother's Day. Maybe we'll do something. Maybe we'll just, I don't know, maybe we'll take a week off and just like do a random thing. I've got some flower ideas maybe that we can try out next week. That kind of falls into Mother's Day, and then we'll see what it goes. But Mother's Day is the next big one. I think Mother's Day, although I like Earth Day. But since I keep just using up my scrap paper, maybe it's Earth Day every day over here. So, Mother's Day, Loretta says. Yes, Mother's Day. We're going to have to start doing When is Mother's Day? Isn't that like, that's May, right? So that'll give us all of April still to prepare for it. Mother's Day is in May, right? Let me just double check here because I don't... Yeah, Mother's Day is in May 10th. So we've got a few weeks. So I think we can start looking flowers for Mother's Day. Yeah, so maybe next week we'll just take a break and like play around some flower ideas that I've got. Oh, I had a question. Well, I still have everyone here because I totally forgot. So I know I'm not supposed to buy stuff, but somebody was selling online stamps, like punches, like you can like, you know, punch out a shape. And they were selling them from $2 to $10 a stamp. I think $10 is a bit much, but like $2, like what kind of a stamp should you be paying $2 for? Like I'm talking like a heart or circle, like a fancy flower, like what, who uses stamps? I need some feedback on stamps because I don't know. Because I saw that the other day and I was like, I don't need more stuff, but sometimes I'm like, I could really use a stamp for I don't know what, but like something, because I don't feel like pulling out my Cricut, because sometimes it doesn't always work for me. So let me know, is that a good price? Like $2 I think is good price. I have taken to making punch shapes with my Cricut. I do that, but sometimes I just don't feel like it. And my mats are not sticky and I don't want to buy more. And so I have to like tape them down. It comes in order. And then I had no space here on my desk because I don't clean it up. So I was like, I need more space. So I was looking at the stamps. There wasn't anything that like caught my attention, but I saw someone was doing a video on, I'm going to say YouTube, and they had like a little flower stamp. $2 isn't bad, says Loretta. Thank you, Loretta. They had like a punch for like little flower petals, and I thought that would be good because I always do like little flowers and stuff as like accents. I'm like, that would be good to just have like a little flower punch. Are they stamps or punches? I think like they weren't stamps. I don't think they were stamps, but I don't know. I think they were punches. Like I think it looked. But now that you mention it, Barbara, I'm not sure because like they were all in a bin and they had like a design on it, and it was kind of just laying haphazardly in a bin. So it could have been like this, for example, and then there would have been like a squiggle line, and then, but I couldn't see if it was like a stamp, like if you could stamp it, or if it was just like a punch. I don't know. When I taught a card making class, the punches were a popular to-go tool for newbies. Interesting. So I don't know. I don't know if it was punches or stamps now. Now I'm curious, but I don't need more junk. Let's just be honest. I don't need more junk. But that's good to know. I'll have to think about that one. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought sometimes it's nice, but I don't know. I have letters that I never use, but letters are just, I don't know. Okay. Anyways, I digressed. Sorry about that. Anyways, so that's it for today. Some metal punches are better than others. Can you test them out? So much to think about here, Loretta. I think this is too much of a commitment now for me, even for $2. To test them out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research into this one. I don't want to just spend money on them because I don't know if I actually need them. I can do everything with my Cricut, really, right? So. Okay, so I've totally digressed. We did it. We made these cute little things that I'm gonna hang up in my kitchen now. Kids love it. They turned out great for Easter. I'm not gonna buy the punches, but I'm gonna do some research. Or the stamps, whatever they were, because they might be stamps. I don't know anymore. And next week, flowers of some sort. We're gonna do some flowers, but not with punches because I don't have any flower punches. But we're gonna do something flowery like. We might just experiment with flowers or something. I'm not totally sure. We'll get there. But that's it for today. If you haven't gotten the tickets to the We Can Make That card event that they've got, We Can Make Birthday Cards, I think is what it's called. Tickets are still available. Tomorrow is the masculine card day. I don't remember what today's theme is, but they're all really amazing cards. So be sure to check that out. Anyways, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and happy crafting.